Hey everyone, welcome to the 2022 FBH Angels Parents Coaching Meeting. Glad for those that could join us. As you can see here, started about a year ago, just a couple pictures here. Mark will kill me with this picture here of him in the cages doing some instructions, and a couple of our boys out there at North Greenville University. Let's kind of take a look at the agenda. So tonight's agenda, we're going to take tonight an opportunity to kind of meet the coaches for the different age groups. A lot of y'all have had the opportunity as of now. It looks like everyone that made it here has had an opportunity to get fitted for uniforms. We'll also do our 2022 uniform reveals. Really excited about that and some information to come with that. We're also going to talk about expectations and things that are coming up for the 2022 season, including practice schedules, tournament information, and advanced baseball for 12U. Before we get started, I'd like to talk a little bit about Mark Purcells. He also would kill me for this slide here. Got him as a little kid there pitching. So Mark Purcells retired from baseball in 2006. How this whole thing got started, he began helping out at a Little League park, and then a couple parents asked if he wouldn't mind doing some lessons. After doing some lessons, they then came to him and said, hey, do you mind coaching a team? Started coaching a team, and then he started coaching multiple teams, and Florida baseball heaven began. So, Mark's vision, our vision here is to build better players, provide opportunities for those players, and provide the best education for the players and the parents. And what I mean by that is we want to make sure that the parents are getting the best information, for the kids that are out there, that they're kids that they're wanting to try to get to that next level. What are the right places to be? Where are the right tournaments to be? What are the right things to learn? A lot of the things that you'll find out is that, winning banners, winning rings, although they're nice, at the end of the day, these are not the things that are going to matter. It's really going to matter if, did your player learn the fundamentals of baseball? Did they get the field time? There are organizations out there that put 18 to 20-something players on a roster. So maybe getting some practice, maybe getting some lessons, but maybe missing out on some game time. So with that said, for those that don't know me, and I apologize, my name is James Lyle. I'm the DOBO, Director of Baseball Operations for Florida Baseball Heaven of South Carolina, also known moving forward in 2022 as the FBH Angels of South Carolina. Confuses a lot of people into that Florida piece in there. So a little background about me: coached football in Florida, found the opportunity here to what I thought would be bring something to the parents and the kids in the upstate. Utilizing a lot of Mark's tools and Mark's knowledge. And that leads me kind of in the next slide. We are exactly a year old, and we've learned a lot over that year. And many of y'all that have already met me know who I am. I make this statement regularly. I am going to make mistakes. Us as an organization are going to make mistakes. With that being said, this is your organization. We're here for you. As things happen, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and have conversations. We'd like to know what we're doing right, because that's very helpful. We also like to know if there's things that we're doing wrong, or if there's some opportunities, or if some things that you think that we might be able to try to make this a better program. We may not be able to use everything that gets suggested, but we definitely would. One, we'd like to hear it, and two, like to see what we could do to implement that and help move us in the right direction. So a little background about FBH Angels, and how does FBH Angels funds get allocated. So I want to just kind of talk on that ahead of time. So there are dues and things that have to get paid, and there are bills to be paid as well. So one of the things I want to kind of talk about, we partner with BSYAA. That's the park that you probably visited at one of our several tryouts. We lease those fields. So although we call it a partnership, we're having to lease fields, get lease space. That costs money. We do pay our managers. We want our managers there for our players. We want them, we ask more than just the field time that they put in with your players. There are conversations that go on with Mark. There's evaluations that go on with Mark. So there's a lot more that these managers are asked of that you may not necessarily see just from the field time at the practice, some cage time, or tournament weekends. With that said, we provide the required team insurance that we need. And then by a show of hands, many of y'all have already seen or have used Game Changer. So if you're at Game Changer, a lot of times, I'm not even sure what that rate is right now, $70, $80. But with your registration, the organization purchases full access Game Changer for you. So please do not go online. Do not get Game Changer. Do not subscribe to Game Changer. We are going to take care of all of that for you. That's just one of the benefits of playing for us. With that said, I'm going to touch on this. Game Changer. There are no scouts, or there are no college, no MLB team that's going to look at your players' Game Changer stats. I say that only because a year back, I might have had somebody that their child might have gotten an error in a game and wasn't real happy with it. Errors are errors in baseball. And this goes for any stat that's there. But, one of the things that I pulled them aside and kind of this conversation is that it's important that, we try to log the games as close as possible per stats because we have access to them. We, the coaches, you, the parent, and they're great conversational pieces. I mean, like I told that parent, if your player goes out there and your child goes out there and they make 5 errors in the first couple of weekends that they're playing baseball, and then as the season goes on, they're not making any errors. That's a great conversation. It's a great building point to have with your child and your player and say, hey, look at the progress you've made. It also shows the coaches the progress that they've made, shows the players the progress that they've made. So just say, hey, we got volunteers that are doing the Game Changer. They're going to try and score that game the best way possible. And those stats are really there for you and your child and the coaches to kind of just look at and see where we're at and just get a good gauge as to, what they're doing, where the improvements are, what things that there are to, for them to work on. Other things that our funds are allocated to, we do lease batting cages. We're currently working with our partner BSYAA, and I'm going to kind of jump into that here in a little bit, but we're trying to put batting cages there at the park so we don't have to lease them. But we do lease batting cages. We go indoors. And, I'm a steward of the funds, which are your funds as a parent. So there are a couple of places here. There's the G5, which is local. And we also use Strike Zone. And all those Strike Zones a little bit further of a haul. We do use Strike Zone more regularly than 5G only because of the price. I feel that, if a cumulative money as a community, as a group, as a team that we're putting together. And it's my job to try to find, the best bang for the buck, the best economical way for us to get our players in there. So what I'm really saying here is sometimes if I use somebody else, they get half of what they could have gotten if, we make some accommodations, maybe drive a little further. That's why we do that. So those batting cage times are built in the budget. So we have allocated so many per team, and coaches do either try to get some of those practices in, maybe the weekend before tournament, but some of them like to hold on to those just for the days that the weather is horrible and we can't get on the field. And this provides an opportunity for those players and those teams to get on the get in the batting cages even when the weather is bad. We also provide coaching kits. There's quite a few things in there. One, just the basics they need to start with practice. A bucket, balls, scorecards, roster sheets. Just different items. And we also periodically, like this year, we went out and bought the small little plastic golf ball. So we bought them kind of in a bulk that each team will kind of have, and that's just going to be another opportunity for a coach to have an additional station for eye-hand coordination. And we have some other items we're looking to do. So, what are the things that we're trying to achieve? One, we're trying to develop and train your athletes. As I mentioned earlier, we're trying to build batting cages. We're trying to partner at BSYAA. We've got some plans in regards to putting some batting cages up. So we're working on that, and then working on purchasing additional training tools. So, the best way I can say this is, this is our team. We want the families, the players to buy into our group. This is your program, and there are some training tools out there. When you go to look at it as an individual, you'll see that, say a pitching machine, which is one of the items that's ironically on our list, $425. I don't know about you, but I don't have $425 just to spend on my son for one machine. And that's what the Angels, that's what we do as an organization, is it takes all of us. And a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there from all of us, and we're able to buy this machine and allow all the teams, all the players, to utilize and have these additional tools. So that's kind of where a lot of these funds get allocated. We'll try and put some money aside in the budget so we can go out and buy some tools throughout the season, throughout the year, so we can utilize them on all the teams. And this is kind of where the sponsors and donors help out. So I'll talk a little bit more about sponsorship and donors here in a little bit, but this is a great opportunity for us to, get some money. We're a 501c3, bring some money in, take some of those funds, allocate them towards additional tools. We've also done practice jerseys for the teams, so the players have something that's not their baseball uniform, but it is uniform. So when they do come out, they can, they look like a team. So here's just a real quick breakdown. Top right-hand corner here, 2022 Angels. First thing you're going to look at, you have your FBH club fees. That's administrative fees. That covers, our website, phone lines, advertising, just some of our expenses and costs that we have. And then you have, a small piece of the pie there, which is your coaching kit. And then the big gray is what our team fees are. So I kind of broke that down. That's the biggest piece of the pie. And you take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen here, and you're going to see that, the big chunk here in gray is, getting our tournaments covered. And then you have the price, which is in blue, kind of the brighter blue. That's, cost for practices, because we do pay our coaches to be out there for our practices. It does cost for us, the field lease does cost for us to be out there practicing. So the more practices we have, the more cost it is for the organization, which then also raises the dues for the program. The other charge there right below that would be also in orange, and it says tournaments. That's our coaching cost for our tournament. So